Right. Yeah, how about that? Everyone hear me? Hey guys, can everyone hear me? Everyone hear me? Hey guys, can everyone hear me? Yeah, look, we're working. Cool. Alright guys, so we go to some... We're working. Alright guys, so we go to...
Yep, I am trying to talk, and I don't know if that's working. I better be.
Alright. Sorry about that guys. So, I thought part 2 of our Leila stream. Well, the second Leila. Joining to me today, I have the man who's going to probably question my choices. There we go. For IS is alright, pretty great. Link King. Thanks, Link.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I've been on your summon streams before, and they're always good fun. So I was like, yeah, let's watch the conclusion. Let's see what's happening.
Yeah, let's train this. Guys, we fun. It should have been 17, but I yours when I thought I had my ticket. Half asleep, and I accidentally sent free summon ticket. Whoops. So we've got this amount. It's probably not the Have a +10, but we'll give it a shot.
I think you'll be fine. Is she a 5-star? Should be okay.
Got Leila, our main target, of course. I'm not gonna put someone in unless you do really, really well. Then I'll probably go again. But we're gonna focus on red for now. Already a dicey number.
That's fair. That sounds fair.
Anyone in the chat, if you something's off balance, let me know.
Let's get some predictions and see how many orbs they think it'll take.
Hey, what do you think?
I think we're gonna be around 1,300, 1,400. I think that's the number.
That's pretty generous, I would say. I think how many orbs do you think?
Let's get some predictions and see how many orbs they think it'll take.
Hey, what do you think?
I think we're gonna be around.
What's as that come in? Wood.
I think that's the
Yeah, at this point. But we'll try. Here we go. Jumping in.
Yeah, we might as well get started.
We do have a spark as well.
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting they do that these days.
Alright, so red. Another good start.
Isn't it usually red that's like rampant everywhere?
Yeah, it feels like it's.
Yeah, we might as well get started.
Well, of course not for us, but we.
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting they do that these days. I think that's not a good start because that's probably meaning that we're attracting Soth. Usually red that's like
Yeah.
rampant everywhere.
Let's put. Well, of course not for us, but we.
Are you using the 4-star specials to update? I feel like if those are common enough, they'll just clog things up.
I do it. Yeah. Actually.
I have no idea. I don't even know what's going on in Heroes. It's been like a month or a couple months since I last even checked the game. I haven't even seen any banners.
Fair enough.
If it was anything like FE4 related or one of my favorites, I'm sure someone would have like pinged me on Discord or I would have seen it on Twitter, but it's just been like, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Well, there has been no harvest.
I don't even know what's going on in Heroes. It's been like a month or a couple months. Well, I would assume if there had been, I would wake up one morning to an avalanche of DMs with at least the art.
At the very least, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually really surprised. Oh, if I thought she didn't manage to be a happy, you know.
Well, I would assume if there had. I wonder if that's because she was very popular in Ether Raids for a while because of her swapping capability, and they kind of saw like, oh, people are pulling for this character, let's make another one.
Possibly. I feel like she dropped off a rock though once Fast Aid off because she turned off her popping shenanigans. Then Yuri just more movement had.
Yeah, true. I mean, that shows you just how long it's been since I've actually properly touched the game.
There we got 10. I feel like she dropped off a one rock though once Fast Aid off.
It took them very long to put Kent in the game.
I know, right? Like he's has.
Yeah, true. I mean, that shows you just how long it's been since I've actually properly. Yeah, Kent insane, and it's just like,
Alright, so we're not getting. What I think
No, but the night is still young. It's still early. The pity's still building. I think you'll be okay.
You know, I think I forgot two characters out of the barracks in extra one. Probably going to fill up.
Oh.
Probably going to put that after. I think I forgot two. What games have you been playing lately, Link?
I just finished Xenoblade 3 this morning. It took me 105 hours. I didn't 100% it, but I finished it. I can't say I was very pleased
Oh,
with the
really?
way the story went. No, the gameplay is fantastic though.
That's good.
It's one of the more fun. It's definitely the best out of the Xenoblade games in terms of gameplay, but it's the worst out of the Xenoblade games in terms of story, which is why I play them. So I was kind of upset. I can't say I was very just throughout
Oh, really?
the way the story went. No, the gameplay. I tried out Tower of Fantasy the other day, which is like the people are calling it the Genshin clone, except it's an MMORPG instead, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah. Have you played Genshin? Since, I mean, I had to play it in December. That's probably about the last I played.
On and off. On and off. Whenever a new region comes out, I'll play, and then towards the end of that cycle, I'll just be like, this is becoming a chore again. And then they'll release a new character that looks very interesting, or is a definite waifu, and I'll get sucked back in.
I get ya.
Yeah, it is.
I did enjoy it for a little bit, but I just thought the end game loop was nothing. No real.
Oh, there is no end game loop. It's like you do your Spiral Abyss, whatever, every couple weeks.
I did enjoy fun. It was fun.
That was ages ago.
Oh, yeah, she was the launch character.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're about to release. They're almost at 3.0 in a couple weeks. They had their stream, so that'll be nice. And it'll be another new region. I don't even know if you played Inazuma, which was like the Japanese-inspired region.
I think I only played in Dragonspire was the last new area. Oh, that was.
Oh wow, yeah, that was like almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah, yeah. It was a bit more. Especially, you know.
Yep.
I think I only played in Dragonspire was the last. I think we're doing all the red classic kits at the moment. Yeah, yeah. Oh, but color.
Bottom left.
No.
The bottom left gets you already.
I think we're doing all the red classic kits at the moment.
Chat, what have you guys been playing? I see Summer Planetarial's been playing Xenoblade 3, but what about the rest of you? I see 25 people in here. I expect to hear about 25 games being played. The bottom left gets you already.
I have very lightly played Three Hopes. I haven't even played one playthrough yet. I not the hugest fan of warrior games, but it was something. And my son kind of likes what.
That's interesting.
I have very lightly played.
I'm assuming it's because of all the flashy movements.
Yeah,
on screen. It's just kind of like keeps people busy.
I wasn't. Although he does quite like it when the characters talk. I think it reminds him of it. And my son kind of likes. Having said that, you know, one definitely articulate what he likes.
I'm assuming it's because of all the flashy moves. Look, you got to get them indoctrinated early, and this is part of the process. So.
Although he does quite like it when the characters talk. I think it reminds him of it. As I should have. So yeah, you know, one. Thanks for that. Definitely articulate.
I see Vistaria Saga 2. I actually haven't played any of the Vistaria Sagas. I should probably get to those at some point because Kaga. I see Genshin and Mega Man X Dive. Are you excited for the... I don't know if you play Mega Man Morph, but I'm talking to Skybeat. Capcom announced the Mega Man Battle Network 1 through 6 are all launching on Switch next year. Just like, not remakes, but a port pretty much. So that should be interesting. See, Cookie Run Kingdom. I mean, I guess that counts. Is it? I mean, what constitutes a real game? It's, I mean, I guess whatever you want to play, right? So sure, Kerwin. And Meki wishes you good luck. Who's also an excellent artist on Twitter. They do some really, really good stuff.
What makes it good to get? or
So sure, Kerwin.
my
And
non
Meki,
5-star 5-star.
who's also an excellent artist on Twitter. They do some really, really good stuff.
When they get together.
It's annoying that you can only do it 10 at a time for these. You'd think they'd allow you, like, if it's just moving them to reserves, like, I don't know, 30, 40 at a time?
I always wondered what that was. Because asset. Had the menu. Having said
Yeah.
that would.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
That,
And yes, Kerwin, Battle Network is indeed coming to Switch, all 6 of them. So that'll be. I'm a huge Battle Network fan. I also really like the DS trilogy, Star Force. So I hope those come and Battle Network sells well enough for them to bring Star Force in.
another than 5-star.
So see, I told you. They're gonna fill up quick. They're gonna fill up quick. The DS trilogy, Star Force. So I hope those come and Battle Network sells well enough for them to bring Star Force in. You do have a big segment on the top right corner as well, just in case. I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's what we did last time.
I told you. They're gonna fill up quick. They're gonna fill up quick.
So I swear we always.
You do have a big segment on the top right corner as well.
Oh, there's records. Yeah, I think it's what we did. Probably technically the second boss down after Matthew. He would have got the button.
Is this the main or the free-to-play? I always get your accounts mixed up.
I'm just basically main end on all account. After the started the end, playing that one.
Did you stop playing that completely?
Pretty much. I've logged in a few times since, but yeah, pretty much.
Damn. I always get your accounts mixed up.
I'm just basically main end on all account. After the add more. Oh, but that.
Did you stop playing that?
There we go.
Oh, there you go. There's your first copy.
There we go. Yeah, pretty much.
Was that bottom left?
I think bottom.
Ah, close.
And off attack. That is. Add more. Oh, but that.
Your stream is like pretty far behind.
Oh,
there you go. There's your first copy. I'm looking at the stream on the side to monitor chat.
Oh. But as long as it's working, I'm not going to off attack.
That took about 100 orbs for the first one, so you know, not terrible.
Could be better.
On the side to monitor chat.
Oh. But as long as it's working, I'm not going to.
That took about 100 orbs for the first one, so you know, not terrible.
Could be better. 94. That. It's beating the average. As long as we're 1 every 50, we'll make it. I think plus tag would be the way to go as well. So, got our fired IV.
Well, there you. I mean, that's the most difficult part of the RNG out of the way. Now you just have to get the merges, I suppose.
True. Although we got whatever they call them, Ibicardos, paint fruit.
Oh right, I forgot. We have those, and you have the extra flowers that give you more.
That's it. Ooh.
So you can have plus attack and plus speed.
Probably did it. Maybe. Probably not. But my regular. To match up to get. You know.
I think all of us believe we might pull the unit we want first summon, and then it's just the nature of gacha and gambling in general. You're just like, oh, it has to be the next one. It has to be the next one. You know, I'm 300 orbs in. It's got to be the next one. I'm 1,300 orbs in. It's got to be the next one. That's just the gambler's fallacy in all of us. I mean, as much as I love to believe I'm immune to it, it does happen to me sometimes. That's why I just like, at some point you gotta shut the phone, throw it away for a second.
Yeah.
Especially if you're impulse summoning. I know a lot of times, especially towards the end when I was playing Fae and I didn't really care, I just look at a unit and I'd be like, this one would be nice to have. I just keep summoning. It's like the game knows I don't want to play it anymore, and it just keeps draining me of my resources, like out of revenge.
Yeah, it's like, we don't need to be nice to this. Wipe them
No.
out. So, it just pops up. People suggesting that the Leila ult meant something. Same. I'm hoping it means to join Matthew like would be fine for Ascendant. Oh, not Ascendant, Resplendent. Right? So, you know, the Matthew voice actor's already been in. Hoping maybe the Leila ult was a Matthew duo a little bit later.
You never know. Also, yes, I completely agree. Not just the Fae Pass Spark, but when they made the summon tickets and the free summons, those three things are so much more predatory than you think, because subconsciously, once you redeem the free summon, everything after that is 4 orbs. So you're like, oh, I might as well finish out the circle because it's discounted. And same thing with the summon ticket, right? Because it's a free summon. And then between the free summon and the summon tickets, you're at 3.25. And at 3.25, you're like, oh, you know, I gotta break the pity now. And then by the time you break the pity, you're like, oh, I'm almost at Spark, I might as well keep going. So it's just kind of like this whole stepwise level of progression.
Now, I must admit, I've a couple of times, especially when I had, you know, Spark after like 5 free, like meh.
It's a way, they get you psychologically. It's very, like, you can't hate them for it. They definitely do it.
Actually, a little bit happy I've got this. It's actually I know people don't like this art as much, but I actually like this art better than the other ones. I don't know, I kind of like Academy Claude more than
It's a way,
Time
they
Kit.
get you psychologically.
Probably not
Like,
a
you can't hate
popular
them.
opinion, but I don't know. Funny.
People are going to get mad at me for this, but I'm not a Claude fan. I think he's one of the, out of the 3 lords, if you were to cut one of them from 3 houses, you could cut Claude and you wouldn't really lose much. They did him dirty. They actually did him dirty in terms of writing. It's unfortunate.
I do feel like he's really like what get better in both. I haven't seen, and I would say I do actually kind of right with him. No, I think he's still pretty overall. Huh? But I haven't been. That's at the end.
I never played it. I opted out, so I don't really want to speculate based on what I've heard, but I don't think you can really fix much of what they did with 3 houses. It was just kind of like all over the place, so.
Yeah. But it is. Live and learn must be playing. Yes. My first favorite Sonic Adventure. I wasn't even a Sonic fan.
I've never been able to sit down and play Sonic games because, like, I played the really old ones, or not the really old ones, but there were a couple that were on the Game Boy Advance, and to me it just felt like you were just hitting A occasionally as he runs across the screen, and it like played itself. And I could never, I mean, I was pretty young, but I could never really understand it, and I was like, eh. But the music slaps.
Yeah. But to be very honest, I'm the same. I wasn't kind of the 3D ones, but the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was the 3D one. Second 3D one that introduced Shadow.
See, I wouldn't even know. Like, I know the characters, I know who they are, but outside of that, I really don't know much about Sonic.
But with Jack 3 houses, play hard mode.
Yep, agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
Still got Blazing Blade. Everyone play it at night.
On every year, and I think we're coming up to it at some point soon, but on the anniversary of FE7, the release in the West, I think, I take it out and I play it for a little bit on my original Game Boy Advance, like without any backlighting or anything like that.
Oh.
It's such a nostalgic experience. Like I put it in, I play it until either the battery runs out or for a couple hours until I have to go. And it takes me back all those years ago when I first got it.
I don't think I had a Game Boy. My first one was a PC, that was straight to the back.
Yeah, the Advance was I mean, the GBA era in general is probably one of the greatest like handheld consoles ever. Like the Advance and then the DS, I don't know how they do it. The 3DS was pretty good too, but
I don't think, but I think the color probably my favorite. Oh man, I was a kid playing with Pokemon, playing Gold. That was and local of Attributes. That was like that was a.
Yeah, the Oracle games are my favorite Zelda games. Both of them combined are just so much fun. Fun fact, Capcom made those games.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
They
They also made Minish Cap, and Minish Cap is criminally underrated as a Zelda game as well.
I don't think I played that on Advance.
Yeah, it's on the Game Boy Advance. I think it was on the 3DS partner program or whatever it was called.
Yeah, the Ambassador one.
Ambassador program, yeah. So I have it on my 3DS. And I can't remember if they re-released it for Switch or anything like that. But these should all get put on the Switch eShop. I don't know why they're not there.
Seriously, I've actually got a fair few of her. Yeah, the 3 or 4 of her. So I mean, if it's a special thing, order. Comes with one of the dogs.
Also a pity breaker, which is annoying.
Yeah. Like she's got to be special 5-star. Coming up to now we're over. We're 220. Yeah, 220 orbs in.
Yeah, it's not going too well.
Yeah, I mean if
we just got pity broken, so.
Yeah, if we count the spark, I guess we're on schedule, but
no, we're not, because we don't want to count this. Oh no, I guess you're right.
But the original Leila stream kinda had the same trajectory. Our first 1,000 were basically done. 3 in 1,000 or something like that.
Maybe, but the people want suffering anyways.
It gets the views.
The viewers want the suffering. Guys, be honest. How many of you want more to suffer?
But they're here to see me cry.
I would love to see you cry. That would be great.
Yeah.
All I know is she's terrible.
Yeah, she's nothing to write home about, unfortunately.
Which, I mean, fair enough. FE5 Avel is like amazing in the beginning, and then she's gone for almost the entire rest of the game, so.
So we've got a split. Some people want me to suffer, some don't. MM, look out. I've suffered enough. Look it out for me.
No, never. There's never enough suffering
There
in
we
this
go.
world.
Here we go.
As I say that. As I say that.
Yeah, like you just keep running your mouth and maybe this will make done.
Well, let's keep talking about suffering and we can kind of expedite this process really quickly.
Here's the off speed, so we've got the. And we are at. Oh, shouldn't I?
237. I think my math is right there.
Oh, we're submitting. Oh. Stone, it's right in stone now. And Justice, thank you very much. Has been a while. I have been a little bit lapsed. Everything related.
You and me both, my man.
Life.
It's not just life. At some point, I just kind of like want to take a step back and play a bunch of games. Because like the thing about YouTube is when you do YouTube and you know you like not just review games but talk about them and make guides and whatever, it takes up some of your gaming time. And I miss my gaming time.
I'd definitely say I miss my, but
well, you have different stuff going on over there. Like
I was gonna say that YouTube wouldn't have taken away from that time anyway. I haven't even finished Houses routes yet. I am very far behind. I'm actually not mad about getting a Renak. I like my Thebes, and I didn't have him. Off attack.
It's also an inheritable dagger.
Very true. Although, I mean, with the reskin, I've already got that dagger. Remake of one of the Courtly band masks or something.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
But no, still.
Disarm trap plus solo 4. Apparently.
I've already got.
That's what Leo says. Yeah.
I think I've already got like a thumb trap from Alan. Better like 3 or 4 times at one point. Alright, so down to 1400. I haven't seen my orb count this low for a very long time. I was actually still sitting out about 3,000 or 4,000. I think 3,000 I was sitting for a while. And then we had Insia and Bolt. Both of those are in my top, big top of 12. The Ginsia, I think I got 2 copies in like 100. Bolt, I think I got 3 copies in 900. Wasn't very happy with it.
No, that does not bode very well, but you know, there is such a thing as streamer luck, and then, you know, if we need to, we can always just start talking about suffering again, so...
That's it.
I mean, I immediately bring up the word suffering, and it's 3 red orbs. So
Yeah. Just keep talking. Just keep talking, mate.
keep talking about suffering. I mean, look, suffering is like, it's food for my soul. When I see other people suffer...
Oh my god, it works.
It works. It's
works.
magic. It's not bottom left, but it works. I mean, you never know. We could follow up with like...
Works. Okay, we're onto something here, guys.
We are onto something. I mean, we have to be careful that we don't overuse it, right? Because
Yeah.
too much of a good thing intoxicates you. And then we just end up getting a lot of off-banner 5 stars instead.
Yeah, that won't be. What are we at?
No.
Minus. 280. Not bad.
No, I mean that was pretty quick. That's under 50 orbs since the last one.
Yeah, yeah. Getting back on track. Wouldn't mind too. At some point, that will get it. Might be up. Right. What will we have to talk about to trigger that? Suffering gets
I
us
think
one.
we might have to talk about Elon Musk. I think no. Okay, we said Elon Musk. We didn't get any reds. I think that might have been going a little bit too far.
Yeah.
Too far. I mean, Andrew Tate is very notorious. Let's try Andrew Tate. Have you heard of Andrew Tate?
I have no idea who that is.
You know what? Maybe I'll spare you because that's a rabbit hole you probably do not want to. Yeah, no, the summoning circle doesn't want Andrew Tate either.
No. We'll let that one go.
No, we'll let him go. Oil prices.
Oh my god.
That's, that's something that's bleeding us dry. Let's talk about yeah, there you go. There's one.
There's one.
We got one.
Yeah.
It's not as good as suffering, but
It got us something.
I love how
at
this
least.
stream I love how this stream has turned into like, let's bring up the most annoying shit we could ever bring up and see if it gives us any good luck.
Like next minute, one watching. I'm like, oh well. Oh, we're getting a trickle of red. And Justice says, talk about how we should have put in Leila and Matthew of and Kagura. Look, I mean, that would have been nice. I was hoping for Matthew Duo. It was honestly how I thought. Leila's second. I'm happy at least Leila got it. Fun.
Are Nina and Kaguro even from the same game?
Yeah, they're from. I mean,
Yeah, they are. They're both Fates.
Best Fates. I don't know if are they ever playable together?
I forget. I really don't remember how, because Nina's a child unit.
Oh yeah,
Kaguro's
that's right. Yeah.
Not. I think they could be potentially.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe. Wait, is Fates the one where the kid's based on mother or father? Father. Because Nina's Niall's kid.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Nope. And it's a 4-star, so there you go.
Yeah. That's, see, I mean the daggers. Good. Everyone, I've got plenty of thieves that need the daggers. And mention actually. So
Is that a piece of meat on a skewer?
No, it's a letter.
Oh, okay. It literally looks like a piece of barbecue on a skewer. Pretty funny.
I mean, that's pretty on point for using a weapon designs anyway.
Yeah, true. Oh, I see it in the official art. In the official art, you can tell it's a letter on a dagger.
Leo says technically same game, but yeah, one is the right one. I thought that was the case.
I mean, we could just play, what's it called? The one with all of them in it that everyone tries to forget. Why am I blanking on what Fates games are?
Revelations.
Revelations. There you go.
I think, well, I mean, you can play that if you cartridge or already downloaded. I think ending top soon.
It's dead.
Probably best forgotten. I mean, Fate and 3 wasn't that. I mean,
No, the story's atrocious, although I'm seeing a resurgence of Fates fans online recently, especially with the fact that it's not on the eShop anymore.
yeah.
People are like, oh, Conquest's gameplay is like top tier. I disagree.
I don't know about top tier, but I wouldn't say still playable, still fun. But
I think a lot of the people who complain about like sleep staff spam in FE4 towards the end of it are the same people who like Conquest's map design, and I'm like, it is the exact same thing. It's a lot of staff, long-range staff users behind doors at the very end, and it's very annoying.
yeah,
I think a lot of the people who
it was. I mean, what was it? Staff servant still for the AI?
are the same
It wasn't in a. Oh, okay.
You're getting a lot of off banners
For the call.
at a fairly decent rate too. Like, we haven't really had to go on a very long dry streak.
It's true. I guess that's luck in its own kind. I don't even know what this guy has. I've honestly just never looked. Dragon Ball. Okay. I think he's the one with the AoE that does something. Attack or something? I don't know. I've honestly never looked. Everything's such a textbook. Is it a favorite? Yes. Otherwise.
It's just the inevitability of when are we actually going to need to scroll when a unit comes out.
I think that would have happened if they didn't Kanto it. Like they stopped putting the whole Kanto text box in.
Yeah. I heard Kanto got buffed recently. Is that true?
I probably wouldn't call it a buff. Nina's probably might be. So it's actually this banner that now. They made a Kanto 3x3, so one spaced out, like in a box. So it's not really a buff, I guess. Leila's is she can teleport to any ally within spaces, kind of like a. I think they were trying to base it off her a dagger, I guess, because that was like teleport to ally. And just after what she started in, which that one probably just. But I don't know about the other two actually. Well, different for sure.
I see. Okay, chat's helping to explain it a little bit as well. I saw it in passing on Twitter, which is where you see all of the nightmares that you don't want to see ever.
Yeah, all the nightmares.
So.
And also all the overreactions.
Oh, I love the overreaction because it's more suffering, and I live for the suffering of the people.
I haven't really labeled what type of 5 stars it are. I honestly can't remember all the what. Pretty sure Pala's meant to be D-Pala, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's like Valentian Pala or whatever.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. I have no idea what it's on. That Crom. Exalt Crom, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey's right. It is. So the teleported Kantos, they're stopped by. Oh, here we go.
Shortly after we spoke more about suffering.
Yeah.
Very on point.
Suspicious.
Well, I don't know about suspicious. I mean, I think we would rather want to be thankful of how things are going instead of pointing the finger at suspicion, but, you know.
Fair enough. Alright, so another plus attack. We're at, what are we at?
That would be 381.
That was about 100, so, I mean, we're beating par, again, we're only... That 1 Oh, wait, no, that's 10. Alright, so... Bit more.
We're doing fine. We could go 200 orbs per at this point, and we would be fine.
That's it.
Let's just hope we don't have to go down that route, because... No, I won't say that would be terrible. That would be content. If anything, that would be content.
I mean, I wouldn't mind some orbs left over here.
Well, you wouldn't, but I would. Let's just hope we don't have to go down that route, because... No, I won't say that would be terrible. That would be content.
Well, I'm getting notification. Not disturbed, actually.
Well, it's not coming onto the stream. It's only at the top. I think you have it cut off on stream. So I think you're fine.
Apologize for that. Pop it up now because we're getting to the waking hour. Australia. It's and
Well, it's not coming on to these. Oh, you got up really early for this. I think you have it.
yeah. Well, it was hard when we had to find a time we were both available. Thank you very much.
True.
Keep yourself available.
Oh yeah, no, I'm chilling. I was literally just messing around in Tower of Fantasy and doing exploration on autopilot because I just need to waste some time.
Fair enough. A little bit of an early night last night. Baby to bed, and I went to bed pretty soon after. But it's not that much early. He's probably got to wait. Fine.
Well, you're probably wide awake because of the adrenaline at this point.
Yeah.
The rush of summoning.
It was a pretty easy get.
Yeah.
It was finished it. Oh.
We will take that. Although, I mean, I know people do these calculations, and calculations are based off probability, and probability is a science and all that kind of stuff, but when it comes to gambling, I just never trust the math, ever. I always look at it as each individual summon has that individual summon rate, and there's no cumulative or probability aspect to it going forward. Like, in theory, you could go 10,000 summons and not see the unit that you want.
And each next summon is still going to be 3 out of 100. Well, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, the pity. Actually, I think there is a hard cap at some point where you do get a 5-star, but I mean, it is possible to keep getting screwed and not getting the color you want to get that 5-star, so.
I don't think I've ever seen or heard of anyone hard cap. I think it's 120 summons.
I think so.
Oh, there's a screenshot out there somewhere. It's in a fair few Earth. Might be a good sign from FE7.
Well, you immediately jumped to FE8 there, so I don't know what's going on. You
Yeah.
want to go back? Go back!
Well, it's gonna be weird seeing my orb count go down to. Oh. From FE7. Hasn't
You
happened.
never know. We could hit that 3%. Wait, oh. Yes. Yes, that is CYL4. I've lost count.
I don't remember.
4 was the one with all the 3 houses people, yeah.
Oh yes, about 2.
You never know. We could hit that 3%. Wait, oh. I hope for CYL6, everyone just votes for a bunch of generic NPCs, like Bat of the Beast, you know. We need to get Geb in there. Let's get all the terrible NPC green unit guys
Get him in the game.
into CYL. Yeah,
And
let's
get him in the
let's just-
game good.
I mean, they manifested Brigand Boss as a freaking Grand Hero battle.
Next is hey Paul. Next duo will be Lloyd and Luna. I would be quite happy with that. I've actually got both at plus 10. They're definitely in my top 20. To build Lloyd, I think that giving new Kanto skill. Maybe a Tempest skill.
Yo, Mufasa would actually be a good unit to have in the game, though. I'm talking about like top tier meme units.
What's Bat of the Beast and Glass, I think, is the 2 FE7.
Glass.
My swordsmanship is peerless.
Glass is such a meme. I think Bat of the Beast is votable, isn't he? I mean, if Brigand Boss is votable, I'm pretty sure Bat of the Beast would be.
I feel like he, but maybe just because everyone has been at him enough that in my head I've remembered it votable when he's not.
I can't remember if Glass is votable or not.
I don't. Felt like there was like they had a pseudo requirement, like take power characters. 2 chapters or more or something like that for them to get voting. Didn't follow that rule or not.
I don't remember, to be honest. All right, so it's time to talk about suffering again because it's been a little bit of a while, and I feel like we might be overdoing it because we've manifested it 3 times through suffering, and third time's the charm.
Yeah,
Fourth time, we might be burning our flame a little bit too much here. Even Leo's like, this circle is the one. I meant the next one. And that's the trap that gambling gets you into. And the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
So, according to Leo's guess, this one is up.
Short hair, but not quite the right character.
Yeah. On the Pegasus.
Red, but not quite what we need.
What do you think? Do you think we've been a bit short on red orbs in general? I feel like
Yeah, I feel like we're seeing a lot of non-red circles, which is kind of odd, but I mean, that's the desire sensor for you, really.
That is. Manifesting suffering.
Maybe the chat needs to manifest the suffering. Maybe I've used too many of my lifelines already.
Well, we can always call IS correctly. Get on their help.
I did do that last time, yeah. I did do that last time. That was funny.
So that might be our last resort.
Maybe.
There we go. 3 reds, come on.
Maybe the chat needs to manifest the suffering. Maybe I've used too many of my lifelines already.
Well, we've always call IS correctly.
I did do that last time.
That might be our last.
You know what just crossed my mind? For some reason, talking about suffering, I don't know why I associate suffering with Bayonetta, but I can't believe we actually just randomly got a Bayonetta 3 release date dropped, and it's coming out in October.
I had not heard that.
It's just they randomly dropped the trailer. It wasn't even part of a Nintendo Direct. They were just like, here you go, Bayonetta 3 trailer with the release date. And everyone just went crazy.
I kind of miss when we just randomly released like that.
I like it being part of a Direct, because like you build up the hype for this like big presentation that's full of updates. I like that format where it's all organized. Because like back in the day, we only had commercials when we were younger, really.
Word of mouth. Magazines. That was where I used to get half fun. I mean,
oh god.
Magazine.
Or just wandering randomly into like a game shop and looking around and picking something up.
Because we didn't really have like TV ads in Australia for games. I mean, there's probably been a couple Call of Duty ones, stuff like that, but I haven't really been on TV, especially when I was young. I don't really. So we used to get a lot of game information, like random game magazines with the news for school, like reading the monthly Xbox magazine, monthly magazine. I remember that's when I first saw Fire Emblem. I didn't connect it when I brought it because I still brought it on him. But I do remember it was in a magazine and I got in 90.
Yeah, Fire Emblem to me was just Melee. Smash Bros. Melee. Yeah. I remember loving the theme, Together We Ride. Like, you can't not love Together We Ride. Everyone loves it.
Yeah, my mate and I used to at Hyrule Castle get it
Yep.
all the time.
Yep.
Like, nah, it's not the right song. Skip.
And then Smash Bros. Wii, I think, let you toggle the percentages on what songs show up.
Pretty sure. I must admit.
I can't remember if that was that the one that was, or was it the Wii U, which was the one with the stage creator? I think it was Smash 4 that had the stage creator.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't remember, but whatever stage I made, I always either had the Fire Emblem medley or Together We Ride. There we go.
So
that one took a little bit.
Yeah, reminiscing about our first Fire Emblem experience. That one.
That's 545.
Yep.
Yeah, that was almost 200.
Done. But you get those. That you can't complain about.
Yeah, Leo's saying Brawl had stage creator. Then it was probably Brawl.
So we are past our halfway point at least.
Yep, time for the halftime show, Morph. What have you got prepared for the audience?
I have a whole lot of nothing. Like that.
Oh, come on. You're not going to bring out the cheerleaders? Everyone's here for the cheerleaders.
If my son wakes up, I'll get him to sit on my lap and he can cheer us on.
It's not the same. You need like the skimpy outfits and, you know, like the pom-poms and the routine.
I don't know, mate. If he's this fast.
Okay, how about shooting t-shirts into the audience? Everyone loves free t-shirts.
As soon as we get t-shirts made up, let's do that. I like that idea. Do that. T-shirts into.
I attended the suffering. Okay. Just have it written on the front, and then you can have like a picture of Leila.
I think most of the people here will actually hit the first one as well, so they attended both. Up to 45. Very much guys are showing up. I like that idea. Do that. T-shirts into. Time zone.
They're here for the suffering.
They are.
Just have it written on the
People in.
front, and then you can have like a picture of Leila.
A fair few guys now. Guy's actually my brother's favourite character, although he probably doesn't play for Emblem. But that was his favourite character. Play for him. Roy was bad in. Yeah, I can't remember Roy being not that great. But I was pretty. I mean, also I was a kid. Kind of like we didn't do any complex fighting mechanics anyway. I think we liked it because one hit KO with his.
Oh yeah, that was always good fun. Doing it in the home run contest as well, just bashing the sandbag forever and then just going, hey, yeah.
Home run, home run bat, what? Nah.
It was that, and I think Ganondorf's B was also very strong.
Might be. Fine. Hey. You know, news I'm still waiting for. I can't wait. Metroid Prime news.
What about Pikmin 4? Those are like the two long lost announcements that got teased in 2017, I think it was.
Pikmin 4 happened? I actually did that.
I'm pretty sure Pikmin 4 is not cancelled. It just hasn't gotten any news.
That's good to see. I must admit, I've actually never played any of it, but I'm not my friends.
They're interesting games. I don't know if I would. I think Pikmin 3 was really bad. It was like an 8-hour game or something like that. I remember playing it. I'm just like, that's it?
Yeah, that became a thing for a while, didn't it? I think one of my
It's like
recent
one of the Pikmins was really long if you wanted to like actually finish it.
I don't know if maybe as we got older we just got more efficient playing games, but I do feel like games were much longer when I was younger. But I mean that was had to break. It was just
No, because I play a ton of absurdly long games like Xenoblade 3. I think even if I didn't do all the side questing and exploration I did, it would still probably be minimum a 60-hour game.
fair enough. My playtimes aren't really measurable, I guess. I always like console on or keep playing Switch or something, so I have no idea how many hours I actually.
That's why, well, if you go to like the home page on your Switch, it doesn't accrue in-game time.
Doesn't?
No, so if you want to pause instead of like staying in the game on whatever the menu is or just letting it roll, if you just hit the home button on your Switch, it stops counting.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think I've same button enough. On there.
Yeah.
Doesn't?
So if you want to pause instead of I like to have an accurate measurement of like how much I actually play. And so I always like even if I'm just getting up to go to the bathroom, I'll hit the home button.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. I feel like we're starting to run into an about.
It's about 100 orbs ago, so yeah.
Getting into dark
I mean, maybe
territory.
bottom left will bless us at some point.
There you go.
Because it has to happen.
I'll even let the
has
animation
to
play, just to build the suspense in it.
It has to happen.
Ah, right game, wrong character.
Wrong mage.
Have you seen his weapon?
Who? Leila's? No. I know, like I said, I know nothing about what's been going on in Heroes for like at least the past month or so.
I mean, it's somewhat faithful to Dagger, which I like. Don't really understand why they made the secondary effect splash damage and AoE after combat. I'm not really sure why they chose that. Kind of feels like afterthought, or it could have been another effect that helped her power. But she's a range unit that probably isn't going to be able to do much against all the common fast savers. Or Fjorm probably slapped her, despite her being green. Possibly had a chance of dealing with Hector. Or Urk is in the same game. Hard to compete with Pen.
It's very hard to compete with Pet because like he's also just such a beast in FE7.
Although, I mean, Urk does come early enough that could run both. I'd say that Urk is still quite up there on the list.
He is, but Pent is just so plug and play. Like you get him, he's great. He has the staff rank.
Yeah.
He just does so much for you. You just toss him in there and you let him do his thing. Although I will say I have seen him die in the desert on Hector hard mode before, and that was like, I just looked at him and I was so disappointed. I'm like, really, Pent? Really?
Oh, Secret. I've never played it yet.
FE5, that's Thracia for you.
Alright.
Bottom left though.
Yeah, are we calling this a good? At some point, I will have to get back in and play. No, I said I would have. I guess that feel is not bad, but I don't really have any Ellie characters. Like Linus and Lloyd, my main characters. Oh, I guess I've got Focus and the one that came with Roman one. Oh, here we go. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
40%. There we go. We made up for it.
Immediately redeemed. That'll be 638. 638. Yeah, that was under 100 Norbs from the last one.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
40%. So you said 38 or 40? There you go.
Yeah, 38.
Getting towards the end game. I'm feeling a bit more confident now.
Yeah, I mean, one every 250 orbs, I think that should be doable.
Yeah. Couple more boosts on the way.
Do not ask for that, because all of a sudden the floodgates will open, and that's all we will get.
That's very true.
You'll start getting them on the colorless ones too. It'll be an atrocity.
Just to break up through. He'll somehow appear on the red ones too. Like he'll just break the game to show up.
That would be really funny if that happened.
You thought it was Leila, but it was me. So. Getting close. 1,000 orbs left over. I think I got to.
Remember when the display used to cap at 999?
Yeah, I still remember making a Reddit post about that. I was like, if it goes past 1,000, I think it was about 9 months into the game, getting 1,000.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember it being like 999 and you had to like physically press the summon button to see the full digits.
I think there used to be that spot in the FAQ you could check your rob count, but I think I got rid of that. I went looking for it the other day and I couldn't spot it.
No, really?
Yeah, I couldn't see it anymore. There's when you click on orbs now, there's like an FAQ of like, you know.
I thought it was in like the customer service area or something like that.
Yeah, I did click there. I mean, I don't really care. So I was like,
because that's what all the free-to-play hoarders would always do. They would be like, "Oh, here's my orb count, free-to-play, by the way."
Yeah.
I mean, totally guilty. I used to do that too, but you know.
Yeah, I did it for the 10k summon, definitely. I think we started on that. That was the only way you could see.
Oh yeah, that's true. I remember that.
Didn't see past 9999.
Now Leo's like, "What happened to the other 9,000 orbs? He threw it away."
Yeah, you guys can, at the end I'll do a showcase and you can judge whether or not they were well spent. There probably isn't as much of a show as I thought there would be. I had decently good luck at getting some characters, but my fodder luck was pretty. And when I was in my first rival bro memes, I needed to get close foil for Ramimon, and I think even that took like 950. 800, sorry.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was a pretty average thing for fodder. But getting Barracks himself was quite good. I got Barracks to plus 10 in 1100.
I remember my Shamir summons. I think it was like 650 or something crazy like that for a plus 10.
That was bonkers. So Hector, like 500 or that as well?
Hector was 930 something.
That must be
931, I think. Which is also pretty nuts.
Pretty good, yeah. I mean, one less summon.
But Shamir was, I didn't stream the Shamir ones. I was just like randomly summoning every time I got orbs. And she just kept showing up and I was like, I guess we're going to plus 10.
On my Donald account, I randomly just, when I have logged in and randomly summoned, somehow it got Brave Edelgard to plus 10. Like, never ever intention to summon it.
Well, she's also on so many banners.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but yeah. I think on her first appearance, I did one spark and I stopped playing it. And I think I got a 4. Oh, there we go. So, 5-star, but still.
I mean, you did ask. You did say you wanted to see
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
And
I'm just gonna fight with
you
now.
brought this upon yourself.
I won't complain though. I did ask for it, and you know, I did say I wanted some of him. If I had more orbs, he would have been a plus 10 as well.
Just about to pile them on now.
Yeah, he's just gonna show up again.
Here we go.
I won't complain though. I did ask for it. Like you and Emma predicted it. Fire was an ominous sign at the start. Yeah.
Oh, Dotstiff, he didn't pull me away from Xenoblade. I finished Xenoblade. There has been no pulling away. Oh, it's a Phenom.
I guess she is old enough to be on the... I think I've actually started merging her a little bit.
There has been no pulling away.
Oh. have, but I don't know if I'd really match the battle. I guess she is old enough to be on the. I think I've actually started making her a little bit. Even I probably would have pulled Link away from the contract we edited to any Link.
Oh, I would have been holding my Switch and playing it while you were summoning. I would not have cared. Like,
I feel like we have seen a fair bit of Ares. Ares of it.
we did. We saw a lot of Ares. We saw a lot of Guy or Guy. I guess that's the official pronunciation.
Yeah, I think they found the G, didn't they? I'm gonna say Guy though. I think they trolled us on that channel as well because they said, didn't they say something like this guy is gay or something like that? Like they said something like that.
I mean, of course they're gonna make those kind of jokes. They have been recently, and it's like whatever. I don't really care. It shows that they know a little bit, either that or they're just properly ignorant.
Yeah,
and it worked out for them.
I'd say that to an extent they probably have their finger on the pulse. Oh, here we go.
There's your bottom left.
There we go. Oh, we didn't track which one's doing well. Bottom left. Probably would be bottom left.
This is the first bottom left one. That is 736. Almost exactly 100 orbs since the last one.
I'd say that to an extent they probably have their finger on the pulse. Oh, here we go.
There's your bottom left.
There we go. Oh, we didn't track which one's doing well. Bottom left. I'd say we'd do it well. And feeling pretty good. Maybe we should say I'm suffering just in case.
It only works when I do it.
Ah, okay.
Right? You have to wait until you feel it. Like, I'm not feeling enough suffering from the chat. I'm not feeling enough suffering from you. So I can't just manifest it. It has to be like.
Well, let's talk about so how did your summoning session the barn go?
Oh no.
That's or is it these
I'm not the one who's supposed to be suffering. It's everyone else. You can't do that to me.
Let's open these wounds.
That was 826 orbs for a single to barn. That was really bad.
Yeah, that's up there.
That was terrible.
Get really desperate. We'll bring up the real thing. Might get us there. Let's open these wounds.
Yeah, that one was worse, wasn't it?
It was 1004 and didn't get a copy.
That's wild, because like we've used a little more than half that, and we've gotten 8 copies of Leila right now. So
yeah, that's unfathomable.
It's just crazy to look at numbers like that, and you start to think it's like, yeah, anything really does happen.
Oh.
And then now we're just cranking them out.
It's a repeat of last time. Alright.
Yeah.
Plus red.
764.
Back to back Leilas as well. There was nothing.
Nope. Fang, do tell us about you pulling for Elise alts. How bad was that? I'm intrigued.
Other games on the horizon, get your eye on.
Oh, there's quite a few. Like, Tactics Ogre Reborn is coming out in November, which is another strategy RPG. Tactics Ogre is an old one, and they're remaking it. It's a Square Enix game. So kind of similar to Final Fantasy Tactics and Triangle Strategy in a way.
Oh, yeah?
So that should be fun. Yeah.
Usually I'll be like clamoring for games like that for something to play. But I just so far behind. I haven't even touched. I brought Dark Deity at least. I haven't played it. I want to play Triangle Strategy. It's half my Fire Emblem games.
Triangle Strategy really was a fun time. I genuinely loved that game.
I definitely will pick it up. I think I'll just pick it up one day, impulse buy or something. I might even do it once the house is built and it's living in there. Might be able to set up a. I'll actually have an office again. Might be able to set up something.
That would be fun.
And then I'm sitting in my dining room, my old office, where we were, the last time we took Leila. The baby's really cool.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, there's it done. Shoutouts to Meki, 'cause it's one of her favorite units.
I find plus one after this time. Good. You don't mind pulling that as a freebie?
Bang, that sounds like a nightmare. At least now you have sparks, so you don't really have to go that deep for a single copy.
Oh wow, yes. Copy.
Yeah. Is the story in Triangle Strategy good, or are the characters interesting? The characters are not very interesting. Very few of them are good. I'll phrase it that way. A lot of the characters are wasted in terms of their potential and their introduction. The story is decent, but I wouldn't say it's amazing or fantastic. It's like a solid 7.5 out of 10 story. There's multiple paths, and each one actually has a different ending depending on what path you take, so it is different. The gameplay is really fun. I know you say you care about story more than gameplay, but Triangle Strategy's gameplay is amazing. Like, it's genuinely fun to play.
Yeah, I think the play would be good to get me hooked on it. I mean, it was a shame if characters aren't interesting.
Yeah, a lot of the characters are just like wasted potential. I'm just sitting there like, bruh, come on, you could do so much more with this character.
What do you think would have fixed that? Maybe on the factory or supports or stuff like that?
No, it has entirely to do with the whole conviction system. So the way you recruit characters is based on the decisions you make in the game. There are 3 different types of convictions that you gain experience in. And based on those, there are thresholds, and every time you pass a certain threshold, new characters are available. So it's like it shuffles the order in which you recruit characters, but because of that, it's very hard to integrate them into the actual story. And that's a second it done, so I don't know what you've done there.
Yeah, where do we start? That's and Sheffield, good to see you again, mate.
I haven't heard from Schofield in ages, man.
You're not too late. We're still going. I'm not going to say bad luck. I'd say we've actually been quite good. I think
I mean, this is definitely above average luck.
Yeah, I'd say we're doing quite well. You're not too late. Double it done. I think last time we had, randomly 2 Nagi show up. So I guess
I pulled one of this bastard back when he was in the 5-star exclusives pool, and he was an actual pity breaker.
Yeah, actually, I did. I don't remember what I was. It could have been random. I can't remember if I was actually going for something or if it was just random. It was on the Donald account. He became my panic boy. That was on Donald.
Ah, yeah. And yeah, Xerxes, the game is very fun and it's very replayable. Like, you will play all 4 of the routes. And you do need to play the game 4 times to recruit all the characters too. And it has New Game Plus. And there's another Leila on the bottom left. You love to see it. You love to see it, and that's 839.
Right, that should be 1 to go.
We're gonna finish this in under 1,000.
Pretty good run. Amazing run, actually. It's half of what it cost us last time. What does the chat think? Should we try to nab some soaps, or should we just focus on our goal? Right, that should be one to go.
We're gonna finish this in under 1,000.
Pretty good run. Amazing run.
Yeah, I'd say, well, unless you get my Tibarn luck, that's 817 orbs you've got left there. So, you know, I wouldn't count your chickens before they turn into eggs, or eggs before they. You get what I'm saying.
Other.
Yeah, I'd say, well, unless you get my Tibarn luck, that's 817 orbs. Yeah, I think you should focus. Everyone's saying that you should focus. I think you should focus.
Right.
And yeah, shoutouts to Katria, best white wing. There's no debate here. That's just objective fact.
I don't really have a preference. I'd probably say Katria, if I had to pick. But I don't really have any attacks. Fire Emblem 1 or Desert Wind.
The Pala fans, I'll tell you, they think they can compete.
Pala like memed about early on because of legs or something. Well, I think it was a few edits going around.
Yeah.
They like edited her tights or something.
Yeah, they got rid of them. Bring it on, Meki. Destroy me. I'd like to see you try.
Them's be fighting words.
Many have tried and many have failed.
What are you hoping for from the next Fire Emblem main title? Hoping for another flame-based villain?
I think we give the Flame Emperor rehashes a little bit of a break. And we focus less on the split paths and more on a cohesive single or two-path story at most.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, I would actually like to see a Fire Emblem that is genuinely properly story-focused with integrated characters and complex character development, plot twists.
I don't mind some
give
choices,
me...
but not. I don't think we need like, you know, have some choices, recruitment, or maybe like an odd chapter split, like you had back in the days.
Yeah, that was fine. Or, you know, maybe have like a single path, and like the way Triangle Strategy does it, based on the choices you make throughout, you branch at the end, but let it force you down one of the branches at the end instead of letting you be able to choose. Because Triangle Strategy does that at the end. It lets you kind of be able to convince your party to vote a certain way.
Yep.
I don't like that. At least for my first playthrough. Maybe in a New Game Plus playthrough, you can let me try and convince them. But for the first playthrough, let it just be blindly pushing me into whatever cyclone that I signed up for along the way.
Oh hey, I just saw Starlight Crows in the chat. How you doing? Joining? And Leo said 5 houses. 5 routes next time. And you've got to
5 houses? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
And you've got to replay the first 20 chapters. But it happens after chapter 20.
There's the colorless South. Yeah, Dotstiff, I agree. They try to go too big with the scope, and they end up sort of spreading themselves thin.
Yeah.
Instead of really prioritizing... Like, what I would have loved to see with 3 houses is make your first route forcibly be Dimitri's, because that makes sense. And then after you finish your first run, have it unlock Edelgard's route, right? Because you would play Dimitri and you would see it from the quote-unquote villain's perspective as like Edelgard is the villain. And then it can be like, well,
there we go.
And now we're done.
Got it.
And bottom left. Yep. And that is exactly 900.
Hey, good God.
Yeah, I was estimating 1,300, and you just came in like, hold my beer. Let's just do 900.
100, what a run.
So we actually got 3 bottom left Leilas. despite what it was looking like at the beginning. The
Yeah.
Church of Bottom Left rallied for you towards the end.
Thank you, everyone. Have a look there. Oh, I gotta that later, don't I? There we are. Look at the top quality. I think plus attack will be the way to go for her. Add it up. Probably add.
I mean, you're gonna do the stupid flower thing for the other stat anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. Not really.
Yeah. Alright, let's have a look of what I used my orbs on. Had 10,000 at one point, of course. My number one heart, my top 5 or so favorite characters. Someone. So at the moment it's Matthew. And that's it. There's no one else with top 5 characters in the game yet. And then after that, I've got then I've got all my next favorite characters. So I got a +10 Ramimond in 11 orbs, which is quite lucky. And it also came with a +10 Miller and a +8 Torrent, who got the +10 random later. And I'd say, despite not liking Torrent that much, very handy character to have around, very strong. I mean, these are right? waiting on the potential for a Hall of Forms or the Trine Sonya. So I'm just gonna. Against I unfortunately used about 700, and I only get them to +1. They're actually both plus speed as well. I have to use avocado fruit, change them to +red. Still got my fingers crossed one day for him to get a mythic. I feel. What do you think? Do you feel he's a potential candidate for that?
Maybe after Mythic Yune. I know they like, and then probably Ashinera. He's waiting in line.
Well, man, they're both already mythic. That's right.
Yune's a legendary, isn't she? Or no, you're right. She's a mythic.
So Ashinera, Ashri.
Yeah, Ashinera, I guess.
Maybe even Baran or whatever. From my.
Oh, true. You're right.
At least it's got a fair few potential candidates.
I mean, they could also do. Is it? What's the lion's name? It starts with an S, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Sown, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of funny how Altina's got wielding.
I mean, lady dual wielder. That's gonna happen.
I guess she was a sniper already. Volk. Volk was a really weird summoning session. I got him on the spark, and I didn't get any 400 orbs. Then I got 3 back to back, and then I didn't get any for the next 500 orbs. Really like wonky summoning set. It was basically 900, just like today. And get that many. For all these thank you very much. Claude, I actually got +10. I did a streaming. I did a video with Roltaire when he dropped +4 or so, and then I just sparked every now and again. Showed up, gradual thing. Sparked the ball a fair bit. So you're not a fan, but Claude's probably my favourite of the Lord three houses.
You'll be enlightened one day. It's okay.
It'll get good. These are all Grails and 4 stars. My 4 fangs. Ursula was like the hard carry on this account in it. Back before I merged stuff, back before I even she was 4 star for a long time. Carried so much on this account, put in all the work. Growl. The only I'm waiting for potential forms as well. I think candidate coming up. I decided to end up pulling the trigger on Vector. Vector was my actually quite like some of the dual books for Gunda. I know this one is fast save at the moment, but I actually like some of the duels. For book 3 and under, there's a lot of melee threats that I feel like in better with you in the league. Thank Justice, loving the Fang Love. Good. They were some of my earliest plus 10.
Oh, we got a bot in here. You gotta ban that real quick.
Catch. Claude, I just went to the Spark and actually got a plus 5. 4-star focus. Really good deal for a star. Pretty good. I like Claude, and I do like the Academy Claude better, so much as the Academy one, because I'm never going to plus 10 actual Academy Claude. But was happy for us as well. Couple Lectors. Yeah, I spark him sometimes. I'm probably going to stop trying for him though.
I never ended up getting one. So.
Never got one.
No.
I do like Aussie boss. I mean, that's my main thing. All my. Probably enough. Red Leila. That takes well because she's flying, so she's cool for Aussie Pulse. These are just random summons. Other characters I like. I like, and I mostly like OG Tater. But I kept one. I didn't actually summon it. And then seems just other plus 10s that aren't really my favourite list. Corin was a really came along with Arimon, but has been quite strong. It's my auto battle champion. And then I just plus 10 waiting for personal Sarah because you know Ostia. Miller, same with Bramimon. 4 stars. Got status on that Hero Fest where they made a mirror with the summoning pool. Give away free copies.
Oh, that's nice.
They so that was a cheap plus 10. I thought I'd just fill out my barracks a bit. I didn't really have much way back then. I think I got her in about 12, so that was pretty good. Well, I only got 4 copies of it, but because of the summoning bug, they popped up plus 10. 5 stars. Oh, sparking legendary Lin when it's Beanton. Unmerged. Every now and again I'll spark her when it goes up. But I'm not probably going to press up. Still there. Help it. Attack. Yeah, it was a good hero fest. I picked up I think Nagi came a few times there as well, and so did Extra. And I want to like my Beast Royals. So I couldn't mind mirror them, but I'm not. Veronica is just all the and then we just go. Probably will start merging. Plus 3 now. Excellent. Happy I got another power because now I can Leila still flying. Brain skill. Other than that, nothing notable. There are probably stuff I could merge up, but I characters besides the favourites. a rent. I don't know. At some point. Oh no, the free one. One for the whatever they first thing. Start the game.
The new player thing? Oh no, I know what you're talking about. It's the the medals thing that you do, right?
Yeah. Actually I never actually had a Reinhardt. I actually lost attack after one day when I was doing a battle and I needed like a couple points back to kill one battle, mate. Well, I'm guess I'm joining the Reinhardt when I found a boss attack Reinhardt.
It's crazy to me how he's still good, like
So good.
all these years later.
Yeah, whenever I did a limited battle,
and he was very slept on originally when he first came out because people were like, "Oh, he doesn't have enough speed." Like,
yeah, I mean, still inheritance check.
Yeah, I think he did come out before skill inheritance.
He did, yeah.
So
basically. Yeah, so he's my my safe. I wouldn't mind Leaf. Have one copy on like that. I think.
Yeah, I think he did come out.
Yeah, make his right. Is the. Oh. Yes, ultimate, but. Have one copy. Catch you, but. Yeah, make his right. That is a Barracks. What do you... I use my 10 as an orb? Well... Yeah, I think it's... That's probably quite... Right? You reckon, Link? Proof?
I don't, because it's just me, and I'm not going to approve of your usage unless it's my favorite characters. And I also don't think you suffered enough, but, you know, it is what it is. I think for your own purposes, it was rather well used, and I think you did you got, you know, good RNG and bad RNG at the same time. So
yeah, could
have been worse, could have been better, but overall, I think it balanced itself out. And I also don't think
it did, yeah. I mean, the first Leila was a moderate.
I think for your own purposes, it was rather well used, and I think you got, you know, good.
Oh yeah, forgot about. I wouldn't mind plus 10. Sometimes up some more, but just for the
overall, I think it balanced
hard to just by putting. Yeah. I mean, the first Leila was a moderate. And Matthew got a. Wouldn't mind plus 10. Sometimes up some more, but just for the hard to just like that. That will pretty much cover everything today. I think if I do go for some, I might wait. Start on that one. I've got 2 copies, so I've got one to keep and one for inheritance. Probably going to get Christmas Jafar or whatever. That will pretty much cover everything today. I think if I do go for some,
Yeah, Winter Jafar, I think, is what you would say.
I might give one copy, so I've got one to keep and one for inheritance. For rolling. So it's useful. That many good daggers that play on team. Besides getting collection.
Yeah, Winter Jafar.
Thank you very much everyone for showing up. Very much Link for co-host.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me along. It was fun.
It's
good to see your absurd luck.
Yeah, it was definitely. Hope to at some point in the future. I think place or the room. Thank you. Thank you for everyone showing up with that. For the rest of your day.
Bye bye.
Bye.